just believe we can help the city do better. I guess most successful entrepreneurs are not waiting
for it to come to them,
for success and not waiting for progress. We are generally a little bit forward-leaning when it comes to trying to make progress happen.
Well, that's Uber CEO Travis Kalanick. I spoke with him and Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky last March on my PBS program. The two men took radical ideas and turned them into two of the most successful startups in history. They revolutionized the fields of transportation and travel. In his new book, Brad Stone chronicles the often rocky rise of these tech titans. The book is called The Upstarts: How Uber, Airbnb, and the killer companies of the new Silicon Valley are changing the world. Brad is Bloomberg News head of global technology coverage. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us how they're doing it, how this idea of sort of sharing is taking over.
I mean, incredibly well. Yeah. It was 8 years ago at Barack Obama's inauguration that these two sets of founders were anonymous in the crowd that day. And in 8 years, together they're worth $99 billion, right? And they've reshaped cities. It's incredible. I come to New York, I'm staying at an Airbnb in Brooklyn. You could never stay in Brooklyn before, and I'm Ubering into the city. Yeah. So, they've changed the way we travel. They've created opportunities for people to make money, but they've also left a trail of controversy.
But, talk about the controversy, but it'll also have an impact beyond transportation and housing.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's cars.
Yeah, it's creating opportunity for people. I mean, never before have if someone's lost their job and is embarking on a job search or trying to pay for college, has there been such an easy way to make money, not just for Uber, but for Lyft, or perhaps renting out a spare bedroom in their home. So it's creating a lot of economic opportunity. It's putting a lot of pressure on traditional industries like hotels and yellow taxis.
Do you think they have two different styles of leading, and do you think that they feed off of each other?
On the surface, yes, right? Airbnb obviously has a nicer brand, a little bit of a halo over its head. Uber is the company that people kind of love to hate. It's tough, but the conclusion of the book is that they're not so different. They have both gone into cities where, in some cases, they were expressly illegal. They summoned the political support of their customers and the fact that, frankly, people love them by and large, to go and in some cases bend, in some cases break laws, and to change them. And so, different styles, but not so different when you peel back the onion.
You give Travis a tough go, I think, in your book. You describe him as, they say, combative, some say jerk, some say arrogant. Some could also say passion. He feels great passion for what he does.
I think he's grown, though. I mean, we expect a certain amount of modesty from our CEOs, and he didn't show that in the early years. But now you look, and he's communicating more optimistically. He's got seasoned, people around him. So look, we're not all, born into the world being CEOs of large companies that are changing cities. He had to learn that. Unfortunately, some of the animosity toward Uber it remains, and people kind of try to find reasons to oppose.
But even the people that had dust-ups with him now look at him with grudging respect and say, God, I wish I would have stuck it out with him.
It's amazing. The regulators, their reflexive action in cities like San Francisco and New York, which was to stop Uber, now realize that it created transportation options in places in the city where just yellow cabs and public transportation was not serving.
Go ahead. I'll come back.
How are they working with or adjusting to this new administration?
They were both companies were very close with the Obama administration, and now we're seeing tech companies. The first reaction was, of course, try to get close. And Travis is sitting on Trump's business council. They're all kind of hiring lobbyists as fast as they can. But I think recently, with the immigration reform, they're also trying to put a little bit of distance because it is wildly unpopular in California and among their employees.
Yeah, they're beginning to speak out. Tim Cook and others are speaking out. I mean,
it's really been
what impact can they have, because they represent so much of the economy of the United States?
Well, it depends on whether the administration is listening and even cares what the tech companies say. But like clearly the tech companies have played a role in changing the tide of public opinion against the executive order.
Well, Uber's having some issues right now with that delete Uber app, and some people say, look, Travis saw a business opportunity and took it. What is wrong with that?
Well, it's complicated. There's not, frankly, a lot of rationality behind the delete Uber campaign. Mm-hmm. It partly has to do with the fact that he's on this business council, and people just don't like it. And then it partly has to do with the fact that over the years, people didn't find a lot of reasons to love Uber's tactics, and that is now coming back to haunt.
It hasn't been all success. He did not win in China.
Right, and well, he sold his business to the local competitor there, and he got a 17% stake. So he did okay, but it's not the global network that he had hoped for.
Is your
Brad
Airbnb
Stone,
nice?
thank you.
It's very nice, and Charlie, the host, is a great guy.
Yeah, I just used it for the first time. I had a great experience with Airbnb, so I get it.
Thank you, Brad
Thank you,
Stone.
Brad.
Thank you.